Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the new Prologue EV, there's a lot that could impress you about it. There's the class-leading passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
You want to hear the song?
Yeah.
I don't hear nothing.
I'm trying to hear the song. I got a lot on my mind.
Tuesday night sports talk.
I want to know why the infield at the Twins game is now black.
Okay, I have your answer.
I just put a call into Dave St. Peter, but he's not answering his phone.
I'm shocked. I wouldn't pick up if you called me either.
Right. No,
but if I text you,
Yet?
yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay.
We are using a
I didn't hear. I'm not hearing anything because I didn't hear the music.
Can you hear us?
I didn't hear the sound. Well, I can
is the
hear you
thing
just
turned
because
up?
you're
In the
just
room.
'cause
Is
you're
his
around the
volume
room.
turned up?
No.
I don't know what's going on here.
Call the headphone department.
Yeah.
Rookie, did you get a real answer?
Yeah.
From how?
How about now?
I can hear you now.
You can hear me
Yes,
now?
I can
All
hear
right,
myself.
there we go.
now. I didn't know we were on because
Yes, Dave.
boy, that was
text
a
me right
narrow
away.
miss.
Boy, thank God you didn't say anything, not knowing
Yes.
we were recording the
How
show.
the hell? We are using a different type of infield dirt, the Twins president tells me. We expect the color to lighten over time.
Mm-hmm. When the Winter Classic came in, they had to redo the whole thing, and they had to redo it by planting basically in January. So I think they got coils and stuff, but they had to keep it warm somehow so the grass would grow. So
I just like the fact that the president of the Minnesota Twins ignored Joe and responded to Rookie.
I love that too. I
Okay
do.
with me. I just wanted an answer.
okay.
I got a lot on my mind, Pat.
This is probably an improved dirt. Maybe it's a Minnesota dirt.
No,
because-
it's from
No, they get
Pennsylvania.
their dirt from Pennsylvania.
Oh, really?
Well,
Okay.
what's wrong with our dirt?
We have
I don't know.
dirt.
Well, we remember
Get you
it was a
dirt.
big deal when they got the grass
grass.
from Colorado.
Yeah.
People were upset they got the grass from Colorado. So
Okay, the Masters. Scheffler's a hell of a player.
yes,
Here's my theory on Tiger.
yes.
And I hope I'm wrong. My theory is he thought is feeling the best he will physically since that accident. So he thought, might as well give the Masters a shot. So he has a decent first 2 days. He makes the cut. Miracle. He's gracious. It's wonderful. Has a lousy Saturday and Sunday. If that is the best he feels physically, my prediction is we won't be seeing much of him anymore.
He's already said he's going to St. Andrews.
Which is a
He
nice
said
flat course to walk.
Which is his favorite golf course. He said it's iffy for Southern Hills, and I think iffy means he won't be there next
Right.
month because there's a lot. They call it Southern Hills for a reason. I was there once. You go up and down a lot. And
But how much better
where's
can
the,
he become physically?
Who knows?
Think of the work he's put in 14 months. He must have thought, this is it.
He didn't put in the work until about 4 months ago because before that he was saying, "Are you sure you're not going to cut my leg off?"
Yeah.
So he was out of action there for a while. But I'll tell you what, I said that they should have, when he got to his locker Sunday,
Yep.
there should have been just a little check in there for $1 million from ESPN. He
CBS. Oh, my
doesn't.
God, yeah.
He doesn't need it,
Right.
but just a little
something
little
for the
bonus,
effort.
little bonus for the
Kind
effort.
of one of these.
Because he only increased their ratings by 300%.
Right.
Right? So
Right.
even Saturday and Sunday we were still watching.
Oh, hell yes.
To see if he could make it up the hill one last time. That par from God that he got on Thursday was one of his great holes ever when he got his drop out of the jungle and hit it hit it up in there and made his par, right? Made par, right?
He sure couldn't putt all week.
He was okay Thursday, but I actually made that prediction that you cannot go all that time without putting competitively and then try to putt those greens.
Yeah.
It's even no matter how many thousands of times he's putted those greens, that finding that exact right pace there, because there, if you miss an inch by an inch, it doesn't go in. It scoots off and goes 8 feet down the hill.
There's a phrase for that where it lips out, isn't there, Joe?
Yeah.
By the way, Scheffler's awful lucky that Rory had such an awful round on Saturday. Or Rory would have won the damn
Rory
thing.
was on fire.
Rory would have choked.
You think so?
Yeah, if he was, it's easier to play when you're chasing than when you're.
That's true.
You know, he's had a chance to win it
But
before.
that shot
But
he hit
put-
out of the sand on 18, that was great.
Look, I can't believe your close personal friend Dave St. Peter hasn't informed you as to whether they're even going to try to play. It's raining to beat hell right now.
It has started.
Just started.
raining?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that means no Saints game probably
Right,
too
they were
tonight.
supposed to open.
You know
Timber,
what,
why are
we're-
the Timberwolves playing at 8:30?
Because they're playing. They're
baby.
probably 8:45, and TNT told them you're playing at 8:45, and they said,
Put 'em on.
"Okay, yes, sir, thank you very much."
I am told by an
Hang tight. I'm trying to call my. Is that ringing?
Well, it's because I got to punch it up through this one, Rick.
Okay.
Go ahead. Keep
Who are
talking,
you calling?
fellas.
St.
We're
Pete?
good.
Keep talking, fellas. I'll give them a call.
Yep.
I am told that even if the Timberwolves lose this game, they're not done yet.
No, this play-in tournament is 7 versus 8, and then if they win, they're the 7 seed, and then 9 versus 10, and then the loser of the 7-8 game plays the winner of the 9-10 game for the last playoff spot. The whole thing is dumber than hell, but it's some idea to.
Is it just try to create a
It's got
buzz?
14 and 15-year-old kids flipping over it. They're happy.
They want.
They've never seen the Timberwolves in contention in the
Well,
postseason.
they've 2018.
All right, could you two,
They made the playoffs.
could you two stop?
I'd like to go to
rookies?
my close personal friend. I know that I'm closer to the president of the Minnesota Twins than Joe is because
thanks, Dave.
you didn't take Joe's call, Dave, but you texted me right away, and Such was very upset by that.
No, I'm very happy to learn that you're experimenting with a new infield composite. Is that right, Dave?
Well, Such, you call anytime. I'll work to take your call. I apologize. Yeah, we replaced our playing field this after the Winter Classic, and as part of that, we actually brought in a new type of dirt to basically be the infield, and it's a little darker than our previous version. And Larry DeVito, the groundskeeper, is well aware of it. We are well aware of it. He thinks it's going to lighten over time, Joe, as we put in, like we made tonight. We may be tested with all kinds of diamond dust that will be used to keep the field dry, so to speak, and over time that's going to blend in with that dark dirt, and it's going to probably get a little bit more blonde as we go here throughout the season.
You still hope to get this game in tonight?
Well, we're realistic that it could be a challenge, but we're hopeful. Yeah, we think there could be some window. I mean, the Dodgers, they come here once.
Yeah.
We got 2 games, and it's frankly MLB is going to dictate that we do everything we can to try to play. If we don't play tonight, we're going to have 2 tomorrow. So,
Okay.
And that doesn't look great either.
No.
We're going to try to get at least one of these games played, one way or another.
Dave, I looked at it's got a smiley sunshine for tomorrow, though, with just much less chance of rain, right?
Yeah, so that would be the good news, is that we do think there's a growing chance we'll be okay tomorrow, but we're not at liberty of getting out in front of this thing, and I think there's still some hope that we're going to be able to throw first pitch here tonight.
And reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we now play 9-inning games in doubleheaders again in Major League Baseball.
Wonderful.
So,
Yes, we do.
But it could be 38 degrees, and the fellas could be there for
But
a
you
few
get to
hours
watch the
tomorrow.
Dodgers, Pat, play our
I
Twins.
know.
Oh,
I'm
69 degrees tomorrow.
I'm sure, Dave.
Well, that's New York. Never mind.
I'm sure, Dave, when you got that schedule, you said, thanks for sending us the Dodgers on in April weekdays, when if you send them to us in July, we could have drawn 35,000 a game.
Particularly, Patrick, we haven't had the Dodgers since 2014
Yes.
at home. Now, the good news is this has not been reported to the level that it should be, but one of the outcomes of the new CBA is going to be a new schedule. starting next year. We will play fewer games against the Tigers and Guardians and Royals and White Sox, and we're going to play more games against National League opponents. We're going to play every National League team home and road each year. So the Dodgers will be visiting here at least every other year starting next season. So we go to LA next year, but they will come to Minnesota in 2024.
So
that'll be for a 3-game series. So I'm excited about that.
Okay, now there's an odd number there. So what do we do about that? There's
Well, we play the Brewers. We play the Brewers every
twice.
year. They're
That's
our
right.
natural rival.
So now the Brewers are going to be home and home and road every year. Then, huh?
Correct.
Okay, that's
just
great.
A 2-game series. I wish it was 3, but for next year's schedule, we'll get the Padres here. We'll have the Cubs here. We'll have the Mets here.
Holy cow!
I think that's going to be a great benefit to fans.
That's 48 interleague games. Wow! Yeah. Now that they're DHing, isn't my math right?
Actually, I think it's you're correct, sir. I think it is
3 times 14 is 42, and I know that from watching football games. And then 6 games with the Brewers, so that'd be 48. Wow, that's where those games are. So it's not that you're going to get the Yankees more often; you're going to get the National League more often, huh?
Correct. And I think the thought there now. Granted, it cuts both ways. I think it's great for fans. It will make these April, May weather dates more challenging because the pressure we feel to play these Dodgers games, we're going to feel that next year when if the Marlins are in town or the Rockies or whoever it might be, because they're only going to come in here once, right? And it's harder to make those games up. But that's just the reality is we're going to play less games in our division. And that's something that our fans have told us that they desperately want, and that's what they're going to get starting next year.
Well, Dave, I know how much you like corresponding about the question of playing games at U.S. Bank Stadium with fans all the time.
I have. It's funny. I haven't been asked that a long time, but I know that plan is still out there, isn't it?
The Suits plan. The Suits.
Full credit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's. I didn't realize you changed the entire field. I thought maybe it was just the infield, but you changed the whole deal, huh?
Yeah, we did, and it wasn't exactly. We didn't exactly have great weather for it either here in the month of late February and March, but it worked out well, and first time we've done that. The entirety of the field since we moved into this place. So,
and
we got 12 years out of that.
And it looks great to everybody but the most anal human being in America who noticed the dirt was blacker. Nobody else did. But
I'm just glad to have it confirmed that I wasn't seeing things.
That is ages.
Truth be told, Such, I actually got a call last night from a longtime friend in my hometown of Bismarck, North Dakota, and his question to me was, not about Byron Buxton or Carlos Correa. What did you do to the infield?
That was my question.
So you're not alone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for answering my text right away. Let's do lunch again like we did last week, okay?
I love that, Rookie. Do well, my friend.
All right.
See you, Dave.
All right.
Okay.
Rookie's close personal friend, Dave.
Right. But do you need to know anything else from him, by the way?
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Before I forget this, the Cretin-Durham Hall Raiders have Cesar Tovar's grandson.
Really?
Okay, I did not know that.
P.J. Jones. He lives over in north suburbs, but he comes in. He's a left-handed hitter.
Quality recruiting.
A thick fellow. And yesterday, as a sophomore, he hit one on the roof of Cretin-Durham.
You're kidding.
Hey, is Cesar in town?
He's dead.
So that'd be tough for him
Right.
to be at the
Yeah,
grandparents'
Cesar,
mass today.
He died at 90, a little wiry guy, and he died at 94.
Did you catch him at the mass today?
I was going to say, I wonder if I missed him. Apparently, he wasn't there.
Died of pancreatic
I'm
cancer.
sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Chain smoker, too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He liked them. He liked them heaters. But this
Is he in
kid.
town? No, he's been dead for 25 years.
Checked out a little bit.
You didn't have to answer me so dismissively. He went like this. He went, he's dead.
No, I didn't. I just said he's dead.
He will not be attending the grandparents' mass.
But he is going into the Twins Hall of Fame this year. But this kid, obviously never met him, but wears his number 12.
Oh,
and,
that's cool. Nice.
Does the whole thing.
Only player to play all 9 positions.
But you know what's going on out there? This kid is on a 16 and under traveling team for Caesars, Little Caesars in Detroit.
Oh, wow.
So that's what
That's
he,
big time.
That's in the spring and in the summer.
Yep.
He goes to whoever meets this team, wherever the hell they going.
How
and,
did Cretan get him?
I don't know.
That's good.
He
I love that
just,
recruiting. We lost Caesar in 94.
94, yes.
My better question, Pat. How can we get him 30 miles from Bell Field in Faribault for the summers?
For a little town ball?
For town
Within
ball.
30 miles. Yeah, he could. I see you're not going to have Jake. Is
Yeah.
the Twins sign Jake?
You're lucky I held back with St. Peter for signing our best player to a minor league contract.
Jake's in St. Paul, right?
I think he's currently still in Fort Myers
Yes,
getting up to speed because he signed
Yes.
midway through spring training. But yeah, that's the plan is he's going to go to St.
Is
Paul.
BSNX the same as Fox Sports North
Yes.
Yes.
Extra? So we get the Wild game tonight.
Bally Sports
Yeah,
North.
that
Valley
they
Sports
don't
too.
pull that fast one where you got to sign into a computer.
No, or go to Hulu or something.
Pat, tell me, I saw it in your paper today. Who's the kid that got the win for the Orioles yesterday? Minnesota kid.
Yeah, he's.
I'd never heard of him.
I guess I didn't know he was a Minnesota kid either, but he pitched good. He pitched 3-4 scoreless innings. So.
And guess what? If you're a good pitcher for the Orioles, you're going to get some work.
You're a good pitcher. Did you see what they did in Baltimore? We'll see it next week with the Twins. They just made a little corner out there, and it's where center field meets left field. They moved left field back about 8 feet.
They did.
Yeah, and made the fence higher. So, but it's like some left fielder's going to run in that corner and death. It'll be
that's
death.
like the old Astros ballpark. Remember how it used to stick out, or before they redid Minute Maid, or whatever it's called now?
Yeah.
Who are you talking about, Reavers? Bauman?
Yeah, Bauman. Where does it say he's from?
Because the photo in that paper, Joe, on that page
it
is
says
him.
in the Baltimore run. It says in the Baltimore little snippet.
From Matamidi.
Matamidi, yeah.
He's a Zephyr.
Bauman, is that an athletic? Is that an old athletic family out in?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Matamidi has great athletics these days. You know what I discovered? I got another thing I got to mention. You know what doesn't work with the youth of America?
What?
When you're kind of walking down a corridor, and somebody says, "How you doing today?" Or "Are you having a good day?"
salutation.
Or "Having a good day."
Yeah.
And when you say "fair to middling," they don't know what the hell you're talking
I
about.
don't know where do I go with this conversation?
Because I always say "fair to middling."
Yeah, fair to middling.
Yeah, I don't want to commit. I don't want to commit that it's great or it's lousy. I like to stay in fair to middling.
Well, I have a
And
rash.
they look at you like you're. I better stay away from that guy.
Yeah.
He
That's when
looks senile.
That's when you go, I have a little rash. Could you help me look at it? Could you is it okay?
Isn't that what you did to Dave Dahl in the
No,
elevator?
that was
worse than that.
That was crabs. What the doc said about
How'd
those
the test
crabs.
come back, Dave?
With those crabs. And he just beat as red as this. Beat red. And he
The elevator was full of gowned people and tuxes.
There was no comeback. It was just.
Were there a few people in there?
It was packed. It was going. It was at
going
the
to that
Hilton.
Hubbard Christmas party. Hey, Dave, how'd those tests work out for you?
He just totally bummed, and he's never forgotten that either.
I miss Dave.
I do too.
Where is he?
Well, he's doing ads for I saw him doing ads for the cremation place.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a builder,
That's the
a home
last
builder.
sign. That's the last sign.
Hey, good
when
neighbor.
Complete
when I
the
go,
circle.
I'm gonna get cremated by these guys.
That's the he's doing the.
I count on Dave.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Where did I see him last?
Same wife these days.
I don't know.
Well, I think.
It was going well until that.
It's a podcast.
At this
we
point,
don't
I
have
think.
to worry about
At
Dave.
this point, for Dave, I think he'd just rather have a talking frog.
That's all I want.
I always tell you about Wicker with his old buddy Billy Millsaps from Richmond. He became the editor there, and he was getting ready for his third wedding. And
do you give for a gift?
Millsaps wanted Wicker to come from California because they old buddies, and to Richmond. He says, "Can't make it, but I'll be sure to be at the next one."
We had a second wedding for a good friend of mine from college.
Yes.
And I was in the wedding, and another one of our friends was the best man.
Okay.
And at wedding number 2, he started to give the speech, and he started by saying, I remember when so-and-so met. Oh, wait. And he crumples up the paper. That was the last one. And her family was not happy. She thought it was hilarious, but her family was not happy. Not happy.
Are you going to the Timberwolves game?
Yeah, I'll be there. I got to get there early. Deadline is impossible.
Oh, there's no way with an 8:30 tip.
And I was told yesterday by the great Alan Horton that they do not have to start until 8:45. So if the other game is still going on, TNT can 8:35 is the official starting time, but they can wait another 10 minutes before they actually start it.
Speaking of Alan Horton, you saw who was reffing tonight, right?
Ed
Malloy has got the game tonight.
Horton has become an institution in this town.
Oh,
He's
man.
terrific. Yeah. So
this play-in concept is new this year.
yes, it is.
No. They did this last year.
It did?
Oh yeah, but
Yep.
that was because of last year they did it because of the pandemic.
But the rating, it was a
Allegedly.
ratings bonanza, so they said, well, we got to stick with this.
I hate it. But this franchise, this would be great. It's perfect for the Timberwolves.
Yes.
Because they finally make the playoffs.
Yep.
And they didn't make the playoffs. They've made the playoffs twice since 2004,
Oh, my God.
but you didn't make the playoffs.
Are they rooting, do you think, for them to lose tonight and then win Friday just to get a second sellout crowd?
No, because then they have to play Phoenix and they
That's
will get
true.
beat 4 straight.
That's true.
If they play Memphis, they might win a couple.
That's true.
By the way, all the Charles Barkley commercials during the Masters makes me want Charles Barkley as my president.
Yes.
I never watched them.
Oh, my God, there was a number of them.
The one where
he's always brilliant.
The one where he's getting picked in the little kid pickup
Yep.
game gets me every time. Told ya! Because he was the first pick, and some little 5-year-old is standing next to him.
Then he's doing one for AT&T, and he's in a classroom full of little kids, and they're all snickering, and he's trying to tell him something, and they go, "What are you laughing at?" And they say, "Man, were you a bad golfer?" And he says, "No, man, I'm a basketball. Look up the king, Charles, on here." And the kids won't do it. And finally he says, "Well, I'll do it myself." And he gets it. And he says, "See, kids, I was a basketball player, but they had the films of him with that horrible golf swing.
Oh,
Yes,
my God.
Where he can't swing.
What was it? A Henley
The
or
one with 4 stops.
It's got 4 stops.
Oh, my God.
He's still is he still playing?
I
He still try to play, or
don't
did he
know.
finally give up? He'd go to that tournament out in Lake Tahoe every year, and the winner is there's about 5 guys that exchange winning the title every year, and then they'd go down the board, and Charles would be like 62 strokes behind him after.
Go to San Antonio, I'm gonna get a bunch of churros.
What kind of women are in San Antonio?
Oh, some big old women down there.
Why would you say that?
That's a gold mine for Weight Watchers.
Did they make him back off on that?
They had to have. They had to have.
God, I love that guy.
He started in San Antonio.
Some big old women in San Antonio.
He did that for 8 years.
God. And the best was both Shaq and Kenny Smith would be saying, "What are you doing?"
He doesn't care.
Oh, no.
Did you? You did the. I don't know if they play the game anymore, but the game used to be they'd sit him on a chair and put a wizard hat on him.
Yeah.
And it was who he play for.
Who did he play for?
We could do that.
Because one day they mentioned some
player.
guy's name, and
Yeah.
he says who he played
Who
for.
he played for. Pat,
They played the game. Who he
we could
played
do
for.
that with Such and employees at Hubbard Broadcasting. Joe, for $1 million.
30-year employee has been working on the second level.
Joe would say,
Who he play for?
Who he worked for. Has signed your checks for the last 10 years.
Oh, my God.
I told you, I've told it 100 times, but having him be with the dream team and sit down with the birth defects kid when he was leaving the bar for like 40 minutes and BS with him because the guy came over and asked him to say hello. That showed me. Yeah. And Bruce
gets it.
and the great Brian McIntyre was the NBA head of communications. I mentioned that to him. He's the best guy we got. Best guy we got with people. And this
You
is
heard the
20
Japanese
years
guy
ago.
story. Remember that one?
Yeah, his big buddy, his best buddy.
Met him in an airport bar, and
Yeah.
they became fast friends. And Charles went to his funeral and
Yeah.
got to know his family.
Yeah, right. He was like, and he's a little scrawny.
Yeah.
They show some pictures of him, and it was just a little guy that he met in a bar and became his big buddy. And I don't know how he's doing on the wife's department either. I know he was.
What was the one where she came to an All-Star game?
She came. He got married on Thursday. Second wife, I believe. Yep. And then Friday was the NBA Media Day where they bring all these All-Stars into the room. And, the NBA media used to be really a cult, kind of like the NHL. So they all knew Charles. They knew everybody. And they just come down there and BS with him. And then Phil Chasner from Philadelphia covered the 76ers for 100 years. I think Charles was gone by then, but they were still buddies. And he says, "Hey, Phil, did you see was that my wife I saw out there?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, she's out there." And he says, "Damn it. She was
she's supposed to leave town.
She was going to leave at halftime, get on a plane, go home. I was going to go to a bleeping bar, strip club. Not even more graphic than a strip club. But he said, tonight,
dang it, what's she still doing here?
He got married Thursday. That was the honeymoon. But he's.
I'm trying to. It does not list marriages on Wikipedia for Charles.
No, but he's a character, man. He's funny. Shaq, on the show, Shaq's okay, but you can't understand him. He really is the mumbler of all time.
We won't say about that. We won't say about that.
The best was when they used to really give each other the business. When Shaq and Barkley used to really get on each other's case.
Well, Barkley said the other day, I saw it on Instagram, he said, I never get upset when people screw up my name. And Shaq goes, "I do." And Charles Barkley says, "What do they call you, Shrek?" And everybody started laughing, and Shaq went with a serious face, like, "I'm going to squash you." Yeah. "Why do they screw your name up? They call you Shrek?" It was and it's what's great about that is I'm not a basketball guy,
but you're going to watch.
But the personalities are fantastic.
Well, what's also great is when they bring him in to do the colleges.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't have it. He doesn't know Krzyzewski coaches Duke.
Right.
Who do you play for? Who do you coach for?
In fact, but he tries to give insight, and then he says, That kid, he's
30. Number 30.
He's playing for that team.
The red team.
In fact, because I remember specifically the very first year that he and Kenny Smith joined Greg Gumbel, and I think it was, I can't remember who the other person on the panel was, but Gumbel, being a professional, tries to throw it to Charles for thoughts on Rhode Island or whoever. Yeah. And Barkley just went, like he just gave it the shoulder shrug. Like,
Thank you for the insight. Oh my gosh.
Oh, because that was pretty good.
Who was picked before him in '84? He was the number 5.
Well, he was fat then. He was the round mound of rebound.
Didn't Auburn play in the same league as Duke?
No.
Auburn's in the
Southeast
SEC.
Conference, and Duke's in the other conference.
What's Duke? Mid-Atlantic?
No, they are in the ACC.
Atlantic Conference. Yeah, the old basketball power.
Joe,
conference.
You can't forget to do the bit.
What?
Well, Pat hasn't heard about the 3 guys who had to do the shot at the 3 doctors that had to do.
I'm not doing that on the air.
I thought we were, because then he was going to attempt to tell the same joke.
Okay, Pat. 3 doctors go into a bar. You're going to repeat telling this joke.
Okay.
3 doctors go into a bar, and they all order a shot of tequila, and the first doctor downs his tequila and says, "I'm better than you 2 guys. I had a guy come in once with his arm damn near cut off, but I stitched him back together so well, he's now a professional tennis player."
It's amazing.
And the second doctor downs his tequila, and he says, "That's nothing. I had a guy come in once. His leg was so mangled I couldn't even recognize it. I put him back together so well, he's now a marathon runner."
Wow.
And the third doctor says, downs his tequila, and he says, "Well, I was out in the field one time, and I saw a guy get dreadfully injured. A drone landed on him and destroyed him. His head was wide open. His brains fell onto the manure and the corn, and I stuffed them all back together, and I stitched him and stapled them back together, and he's now your president."
So, Pat, would you mind?
So the president is out in it's harvest time, so he's out getting corn and gathering things, and he sees a couple of guys that are walking by and drinking tequila, and he says, "Hey, how about you guys surgeons, because this guy's got his head blown all over, and I don't know what to do with the corn."
Something like that.
We were inspired by the red paint segment from years ago.
Oh my God, that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
It is.
I will take notes.
You can do that here, because we're not on YouTube. MNST is not on YouTube.
Correct. Right. Correct.
But when you do it on Joe's show, Mrs. Ricey now watches on
She does,
YouTube
I know.
and says, "How come they're making fun of you all the time?" And I said,
Katie, it's a bit.
I said, "That's only been going on for 35 years here, and but that's okay. Go ahead and get it." By the way,
is she a fan of the? Does she go down the YouTube rabbit hole? Is that
she spends a lot of time watching rabbit. Usually,
What is the rabbit's name?
watching rabbits.
Why are you in the rabbit hole?
What she does is she looks for the best anti-Trump YouTube moment she can get.
She's got to love Corbin and J.L. Corbin.
Yeah, she just loves even the old look backs at his incredible stupidity when he's saying stuff and stuff.
This
like
scene
that.
is played out often at the house.
Hey, honey, I'm going to Byerly's. I got to give a guy a ride to work and pick up some steaks. And once you're done with the rabbit hole, we'll cook them up.
Yeah, right.
I gotta give a guy a ride to work.
I gave a nice fella
Once.
I had the top
Was it
down.
once?
I had the top down during the summer. I recognized him from Byerly's. He looked like it was like 10 minutes before the hour, so I was afraid he might be late.
Yeah.
So I said, "Hey, pal, you want to ride?"
I'm heading your way.
Now, your best is you pull into a convenience store and some other guy says, "Hey, sir, oh," and you go, "I don't have any.
No, I don't have any money.
I don't have any money." "Oh, I just want to tell you, I like your car."
Like your car. I said, "Well, thank you."
I heard the story
But
is
I'm still not giving you $5.
no, but I heard the story is when you rolled up with the convertible up to the Byerly's employee, you said,
Hey, strangers have the best candy.
That's a failed children's
"That's a
book
failed
title.
children's book." That's right. Strangers have the best candy.
Where were you when you asked the
my
one
God, I'm sweating.
gentleman, southerly gentleman, if he was from around here?
Pebble Beach.
No, he was at he's at
Pebble
the
Beach.
security
Security guard.
security house or with a hot
$4 an hour security guard. I asked him if he lived around. The cheapest house, $6
Oh my
million.
God. Hey, you live around here.
He thought I was taunting him.
What an icebreaker. What an
Thought I
icebreaker.
was teasing
Now
him.
that we have a commonality,
Yeah, I live in the
He
shed.
he was an ethnic fella too, to make it even more offensive.
Oh my God. Hey, do you live around here?
Well,
This
we
is
got
actually a good
Wild
show.
Timberwolves and Twins, but I...
Wild, McDavid's in town, man.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. They
He's
play the
been
oil.
hot. They've been hot. Edmonton's been hot. Don't give up 3 goals to these guys and then think you're going to go get 6. You give up 3 to these guys, they're going to get 6.
Was there just a cheap hit on McDavid? Did I see that on
I don't
NHL?
know, but I think he's playing.
Okay. Well, then he must not be that hurt.
Is Dumba hurt pretty bad, by the way?
I didn't know that he was
He
hurt at
gets
all.
hurt a lot.
Yeah. He was. I saw Russo, I think, tweeted that he's out for tonight.
Well, he's been out. Wasn't he out a couple? Has been out
think
for a
so.
while.
Yeah, he's
I
been out
think.
for a couple games.
Edmonton is
Get on
well
your
in
mic.
the playoff hunt.
Get on your mic.
Edmonton's well in the playoff hunt.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
But they're over in a.
They're
different-
second in the Pacific. We're second in the Central.
Did they
I
get
think they should take the division, the whole West, and do it 1 through 8 instead of keep it in the conference. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't
think
know. I
that's-
don't know why they keep switching it up, or why
Well, they had
switch it
to
up.
because of COVID.
Yeah, well,
'Cause we couldn't cross
they
the
like,
border.
they-
That's right.
they
You're right.
think-
Yeah.
I think they think a playoff series reinforces the rivalries that will then carry over to the next year.
Oh.
What they're hoping is like you have your Bertuzzi moment when the guy gets the fans all hating him, and then next year that means it'll be
That's
good
Secord
TV.
sucks for the rest of the year. Okay.
Yeah, that's what my guess is. I don't know.
Do you still find it shocking that Montreal has the fewest points in hockey?
Yeah, and they had a hot streak.
Yeah.
They won like 8 out of 10 or something, but they're brutal.
They got 20 wins.
Wow. And that's with the free wins of the, because you can win without really winning now.
Well, wait a minute.
People still get mad though that if you say they're.
I'm looking at the NBA standings. Just a minute.
Montreal has a team.
Montreal's not in the league.
Les Habitants.
Montreal has
Not in the NHL.
20 victories.
20 victories. How many losses?
42 and 11 is
So they got
53.
53 losses.
They're 20
yes.
and 53.
Pat, I'm sorry, go ahead.
We still got 11. Our boys still got 11 games left. The
Mm-hmm.
NBA's starting to playoffs. What the hell?
Well, wasn't that because of the original
that
Olympic
was
schedule
part of
break?
it. Plus, they started later too, because I think because of the Canadian thing.
Joe mentioned Montreal. Are the Rays still planning on doing that half and half deal, or is that off the table?
Well, they keep mentioning it, but
It's not scheduled for them to do that this year. Okay.
No. Oh God, no, not this year. No, that would have to get the Players Association, and St. Pete has a lease through 2026. So,
all right, let's go to the bank.
All right, that's enough.
It's Reavers here for Josh Arnold. Mr. Money Talk is what he's called around these parts. Josh has been an investment consultant since 1978. This extensive career has given him the experience needed to manage your money in both up and down markets. Josh provides independent, personalized investment planning to individuals and small businesses, including retirement plans. Josh has been doing this for quite some time, and the thing that separates him from the rest is he will always give you straight talk and never sugar-coated advice. When you invest for yourself or for your small business with Josh, you get the same straight talk that you would expect from Mr. Money Talk. You also get an investment consultant who will work proactively with you to create a strategy that fits your goals. You can also hear him at the end of Garage Logic every Tuesday and Thursday with a full report. Give him a call today for that free 48-minute financial consultation at 952-925-5608. That number once again is 952-925-5608. Or for more information, just visit his website, josharnoldinvestmentconsultant.com.